All right. Welcome in, guys, to your edible diversion. This is our first video edible diversion. This is our first episode in a week. It's our first edible diversion in a week, and it's the first episode with Shawn back in two. So, welcome back, Shawn.
Yes, excited to be back. You had to eat by yourself last week.
I
Still a
did.
great episode though.
Yes, go ahead and listen to that. I do talk about some food debates that we might have on later episodes, but I was by myself, and that's just what I do. Master
Yes,
debater.
for those of you that don't know, my wife and I had a baby. So busy, crazy week. You probably see a little tiredness on my face if you're watching this on YouTube. Awesome week. Yeah, a baby boy, 8 pounds, 5 ounces. Big boy coming through in the world. Been great. Been tired, just kind of getting in the rhythm. So we're happy to have Logan hold down the fort last week, but we're finally getting to kind of, like I said, hit our rhythm and get back to these weekly podcasts.
Yeah, excited. I'm glad to be back.
hmm So I guess we'll start with our basic edible question. What's in the lunchbox? And we're not eating yet, but let's just pretend. What are we going to eat?
What are we going to eat? So today I'm going to be having turkey burgers and some grapes and some salad. So pretty standard lunch for me.
Yeah. I'm actually going to make turkey meatballs tonight based off your recommendation.
Nice,
I
nice.
actually texted him yesterday for that recipe. We're going to make those tonight. They've been sounding awesome. I do think I might add breadcrumbs though.
Yeah, I think you should. If you're going for meatballs, the reason I usually don't is because I'm usually making patties. But if you're making meatballs, yeah, and go ahead, you can put egg in there too. And then also something I forgot that I do sometimes, just depending on taste, is Worcestershire sauce.
hmm
That's just a good all-around seasoning.
I'm
Or
actually going to the blue convenient or the blue grocery store today to pick some more up because my mom gifted us with two huge New York strip steaks. I'm gonna
oh
cook in the
man,
skillet later, dude. I am pumped for those. We got back from the hospital; they were in our freezer, and I was like, "What?" So I'm gonna have a night out tomorrow when I cook those
that sounds
steaks.
awesome. Yeah, dude,
For
the strip is my favorite.
yeah, it's gonna be delicious. And there are big cuts of it too. Today though, I actually just grilled some chicken up. Got some lemon pepper. Then I kind of have this barbecue one. Did three of each. Not all for me, but we're gonna do that. Maybe just some, I don't know, roasted vegetables or something. Nothing crazy, but
Mhm.
I'm pretty excited for it. I'm a fan of grilled chicken any day of the week.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm going to cook some chicken as well in my slow cooker. And I went to Walmart, and I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast. I think I've talked about it with you, but oh, did I say the name? I apologize. The Blue Retailer.
I'm going to Blue Retailer today too, so might as well just.
Okay. Um, but basically, they have like their own like seasoning packets in the seasonings aisle, and
Great
they
value.
have yes. Does that count? It was a great value. I guess I will say that. But they
hmm
have lemon pepper and they had buffalo, and the lemon pepper was like on another planet.
Really?
Yeah, like that. Like it was. I don't. It was good. I'm speechless. I was so surprised because it's a 98-cent seasoning packet, and you just open it, pour it over the chicken, put it in the slow cooker, and you got Parmesan garlic chicken.
That sounds good. Garlic Parmesan is one of the, that's one of my go-to wing flavors.
Hmm.
I love garlic parmesan. Speaking of chicken, though, I know what I just thought of. Do you remember a few years ago when we went on our chicken tour?
Yes, Munch Madness.
Yes. So
Oh man, that was sweet.
this was a couple years ago. We used to commute to work together, and we it was in March. So of course,
Yeah.
we're gonna make brackets because who doesn't? um, and we decided to do a chicken bracket of all the fast food chickens. So recap that.
Oh man, yeah. So I guess are we breaking the seal and we're talking about names, or you just want to talk about the process?
I guess for this one, we can talk about names. I think we have to.
Okay. And this is definitely something that we can bring back in a heartbeat. It's fun and delicious.
Oh no, we have to go taste more
Yeah.
chicken. So we went to several different places. Um, places that were all very similar that also had wings as well.
Mm.
We kind of did both those, mixed those in. And our places we went to, what were they? Chicken Express,
So Chicken Express,
Lanes,
Lanes, Canes,
Slim Chicken.
Zaxby's, Slim Chickens, which we'll talk about in depth.
Mm-hmm.
Zax, and I think that was really the most. Maybe there was one more that we're not thinking of. But basically, I mean, just off those names, you kind of understand what type of place we went to. It is a chicken place, and we went through all of them, and we would compare, and we crowned a winner for that category, and it was Slim Chickens.
No doubt.
And that might not be a place that's everywhere. I know there's a few in Texas. I know that probably the most popular is Cane's, that you'll probably have in the most places. But for Texas, we're in North Texas, Slim Chickens. If you're not, you got to go there.
We have this routine after soccer games. It's like in the same parking lot for where we, from where the stadium is. So every game we go, to that place. It's our favorite place. But the chicken tour, I know what you're thinking. Oh, well, this place has chicken. This place has chicken. We tried to narrow down the chicken places, the chicken restaurants that were kind of similar. And we figured all of these kind of fit within the same category. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, because they were
similarities.
Right. Because you look at Zaxby's, yes, they have more things, but predominantly it is chicken, and then it's like chicken tenders, wings. You look at Chicken Express, same thing.
Zaxby's does have chocolate chip cookies, those Otis Spunkmeyer cookies, though, that I'm a sucker for. They have in that little glass container each time. Yeah. It's like 3 for $1 or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'll take a half dozen or something.
And speaking of Zaxby's, I think we agreed that was our consensus number 2, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and then between Lanes and Canes, I know my answer was Canes.
We might have had an asterisk because Lanes we got forced into after that soccer game.
Yeah.
Nothing else was open. How did you Canes? I think Canes wins because of the sauce and the bread.
Yeah, Lanes I was not impressed with. I've been twice. One was when Slim Chickens closed too soon, because the game was it. I think it was the rainout game where we had to go to Lanes.
I got that goalie jersey.
Oh yeah. Oh man, and I can't wait to get back out and start doing those things, because that not only is it the best time to have, but it is content. Like, I can't wait for you guys to be a part of this.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate that COVID hit this year, because we have some stories, but we don't want to give them to you too early. We kind of want to. We might have some footage.
Oh yeah, in the future we might have some footage. And there was a photo that we were trying to track down. I don't think we're ever going to track it down, but the first game that we went to together, we were just hollering as you do at a soccer game, just incessant, like nonstop.
As one should do.
Right, and then FC Dallas, they have the visitor locker room, or they used to, where they would have to walk through the beer garden, is what it's called, like the supporter section, the rowdy bunch, and they would have to walk through to get to their locker room, and we let them have it. Like, we had their names, we had their numbers, and these people came up to us like, "Oh, can we get pictures with the hooligans?"
Right, American hooligans too. I felt so honored.
I know.
We went so hard that people wanted pictures with us. Multiple, and it was like 4 or 5 of them that got pictures with us too. Like the group.
Yeah. It wasn't like one dude trying to do it for the irony. It was like a family.
That were like these guys, because we went so hard. And finally the cops like, "All right, guys, you gotta go. There's nowhere left. I'm not gonna let you harass the team's water boy or something."
Yeah, he was like, what did he say? It's something like, "Boys, I think it's time to go," or something like that.
He's like, "All right, boys." Like, he knew. He was like, "All right, I'll let you have. You've been here like an hour."
Oh man!
But it's insane. I mean, these people walk so close. I mean, you could seriously touch them. I mean, obviously you don't, because that's kind of crossing the line. But you could almost touch them. And the thing is too, we like to be really witty with what we yell too. Yeah. We don't like to necessarily just do the basics. So we like to get in people's heads.
Yeah, there's there might be a video coming about that.
There's just that's again kind of a teaser there. I don't want to give too much away before you see footage of all this, but just know If you look up, so if you're confused on what a supporter section is, just Google it, especially in Europe, crazy fans. But anyway, that's how. And after when we went to Lanes, it was like a cold, rainy game. I think there was a delay because I think that's why
Yeah.
Slim's was closed.
Yeah, because we
Is that
ended
when
up
we
having.
danced in the rain with the supporter
Oh yeah,
section?
we might have started a mosh pit.
Behind, we did. We started a giant mosh pit. There were like drums going and everything, and we have footage of that somewhere. I know we do, but
Oh,
insane. I
ooh,
forgot about
yeah.
that.
That might be a Snapchat memory that I might be able to access.
I think so. But anyway, back to chicken though. The chicken gets tough because I'd say with these particular stores, it comes down to sides, and I think fries, sauce, and bread are kind of the three factors.
Yeah, all
Obviously,
these
chicken
places.
being the one, but
Mhm. I forgot we were talking about chicken. Yeah, I completely agree. Like, because all these places they have fries, they have a signature sauce, and then they do tenders. And then Zaxby's and Slims we call it. They do wings as well. And I like Slims might have the best wings. Like, and that's not even me saying that. Like, that is they have what
they have
was
the
it?
best wings.
I think it was garlic parmesan that we were talking about earlier. And that's one of the best wings I've ever had. And that's not even one of my favorite flavors. I don't very often get that flavor, but anytime I'm there, that's what I'm going to get from now on.
And they also have the Texas shaped waffles.
You can't
You
forget
can
about
get chicken and waffles, and then also Slims. They have that mason jar that's like the cheesecake. Do you know what I'm talking
yeah.
about?
You just
And
keep
they
it
have like,
behind the counter.
you gotta ask, you gotta know, guy. Forget that. But it's like this little
Yeah.
mason jar with like, just like I think there's like an Oreo one or something, and there's like a strawberry, and they also have really good tea. So just all around, it just crushes
Yeah.
it.
We need to find so there's a guy who's always there, even when I've gone by myself, and we need to find him, give him a shout out.
He is awesome. Is it the guy in the wheelchair?
Yeah.
This dude's awesome. He crushes it. He's always every single time he's there.
Yeah, even when I'll go in the middle of the day for lunch, and then we always go like at 9:30.
And also, we found out too these the soccer team we're talking about, the FC Dallas. It's like our local professional team. We have met multiple players at Slim's after the soccer games because it's like in the parking lot.
I have
So
pictures of I have the picture I took. Do you still have the picture you took?
with Kellen Acosta,
Yeah.
yeah. We've met several, and then seen several. Apparently, I mean that it brings the community together down here.
Yeah, like that place should be open 24 hours a day.
They
Just
really
that
should.
specific location.
Exactly. I would drive to it.
Yeah. I mean, now I'm probably like 45 minutes away now.
Ooh,
But I
you know
mean,
what
I think it might still be worth it.
I think it's worth it easy. I think you get one and they get one to take home. Like
Yeah.
you eat one there, get one to take home. It made me think of this real quick. So you said if it was open, late night, because down here it's really popular to go eat like breakfast foods in the middle of the night or something.
Mhm.
What if you had to power rank your top four go tos past midnight? Where are you going?
Okay, and this is one that we didn't end up finishing the bracket on the breakfast foods, but we did go to a few. Um,
Well, I did say breakfast, but I don't think it necessarily has to be. Let's just say you had a fun night and it's after midnight, you want some food, where are you going? That are places that are legitimately open.
okay, so two immediately into my mind, and it's really just which mood am I in. You have to go to Waffle House
Yep.
and then Whataburger.
Yep. I mean, those are the two clear cut favorites. No doubt, because Whataburger's got their breakfast menu going, and that is the time to go. Get those honey butter
Mm,
chicken biscuits, those taquitos. Waffle House is just if you're in the mood for sit down. That's the only thing. But
yeah,
you can show up wearing whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Judgment free zone. It's like Planet Fitness in there.
yeah,
And there's going to be sketchy people. You're going to feel a little bit uncomfortable, but that's how you know you're going to get the best food. If you feel
yeah,
slightly scared in a Waffle House, you're at a great Waffle House.
yeah. Which is funny because you're actually safest at the Waffle House because they only hire like just monsters.
Mercenaries.
Yeah, mercenaries. Like you are safe in there. If someone comes in and they're trying to rob the Waffle House, one, they're out of their mind. No way. And then too. Like, they're not going to get past the front door before the lady behind the counter is just going to power drive them into the floor.
Oh, exactly. And it's going to be like the host that's up there with this nice
Yeah.
lady, but she's going to be like, all right, even if somebody busts in with a gun, I don't think it phases you at Waffle House at 2 a.m. Be like, oh, well,
Yeah.
I have another Waffle House memory. I would like to point out, back where I am from in Amarillo, I was actually on this particular Waffle House, had a Waffle House Hall of Fame, and I got my picture
Really?
taken and was on it.
How?
One night I got the whole place to sing "Don't Stop Believing" with me by Journey.
Oh my God. That's
I got that place rocking. People were like standing up. It was insane. But I am a Waffle House Hall of Famer, so just saying that should be in my Twitter bio, talking about that out loud. But yeah, it's legit. Like
yeah.
when you walk in that little area between the two doors, because there's
Yeah.
always the main door. They had like this little bulletin board with pictures on it, and I was on it.
Wow.
Somebody has a picture of the bulletin board somewhere. I don't. It's been so many phones ago, but
That
yeah,
is impressive.
talking to a Hall of Famer, so watch yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. I didn't realize I was in
Yeah.
such company.
Also, we recently found out that Waffle House you can buy the waffle mix online.
Really?
Yeah. We recently discovered that because of COVID. We were like, man, we really want Waffle House. And we found you could do that. We haven't done that yet, but that is something probably for like Christmas or something we'll do. I'll probably give my dad that or something.
Yeah. Waffle House is similar to Starbucks in the sense that if it's not as good if you're not in there. I don't know. Like part of the food is
I
experience.
agree.
Like, because if you got the Waffle House food like delivered to you, I don't know. I feel like you have a problem. Like that's not great. It's not great food, but for what it is excellent.
And I think that statement's true for really any breakfast food. Eggs don't carry well, bacon
Yeah,
doesn't,
that's
waffles,
true.
pancakes, they're not near as good. They get kind of like sweaty in that
Yeah.
box. So that's what I think. But Waffle House, awesome. I mean, I could talk about Waffle House all day. I hope the people listening have been in one because you have
Yeah.
to experience it to truly understand. It's not like walking into an IHOP or a Denny's.
No, you definitely. It is a unique experience, and which is crazy because you don't pay for the experience. It's actually cheaper, and you get the experience. Like
And we
you'll just have two people will fill up a booth or a table with their food, like, and it's going to cost you $12.
And that's what I was going to say too. I believe in our first edible we talked about it, how there's so many plates they give you when you get like the all-star special. If
Oh
you
yes,
have
that's
more than
right.
two people, you're filling that thing up because it's just like hash browns, eggs, and the waffles are huge. They take up a whole plate by themselves. Yeah, and this keeps coming. This keeps coming. You ask for jelly or something like that. Here's a plate with a bowl on it full
Yeah,
of jelly. Put it on your table. It's like they're testing you. You have to figure out a way to put all of your plates and utensils on the little booth without spilling it. If you spill it, you have to leave.
yeah, and then the part of the game becomes, well, what do I eat first? Because then I kind of want to free up some space. Like, do I really want to eat the waffle first? Because that's a big plate. I can throw it under my eggs.
Right. And if you're with a group of people, you have to awkwardly kind of squeeze in, and then like someone's plate is kind of like over yours. You just have to like make it work. I
Yeah.
agree. That's the toughest part. It's hard for. I always go hash browns. Dude, I'm obsessed with those hash browns.
They're really good. And back to just being cramped, one of my memories at Waffle House, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure this was pretty late. I don't remember if it was after a rugby game or not. But me and two of the guys on the team, they put us in a booth, and there's, I say, maybe 700, 800 pounds between the three of us. So there's a lot of man in those booths, and just all of us just trying to like get all of our plates and stuff. I remember that pretty well. It's good times. Waffle House,
That's
good times.
one time. I guess just going on Waffle House memories now.
Yeah.
One time I was going with my wife, and it was I'm late at night because it always is late at night. No, I don't think I've ever been to a Waffle House when the sun is out. And the I got like that all-star special. So those of you that don't know, we're referencing. It's got like a whole list of things, right?
Yeah,
And
it's
you kind of
everything
order
they
it:
have.
bacon, sausage, how you want your eggs, standard questions like that. And this guy comes over and he asks me what I want, and he's asking me how you want your eggs and all that. And I repeat it back to him, but I accidentally repeated it in a different order than what he said. And he
Yeah.
stops and looks at me and like snaps at me, and it's like, that's not what I said. Do you want your eggs scrambled? And snaps at me in Waffle House. And I about got in a fight with that guy. I was like, I'm sorry you
Yeah.
can't handle taking an egg order before writing down that I want bacon. And I was the whole table was quiet to be like, what just happened?
Yeah,
So I got
that's
snapped
par
at.
for the course.
I got passively aggressive. He was, yeah, just an odd thing. Just a little fun fact for you. Let
Do
me
you hear
see.
that wheezing?
Hmm.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
My my dog's in here,
Is
and
that
she's
the
got some
China?
breathing problems. Yeah, our pug. She's actually one of our editors. If you've seen our Instagram,
Yeah, about to say that.
yeah, yeah. She's like a 12-year-old pug, so she's already got breathing problems, and she had a collapsed trachea. So if you ever hear a wheezing and you can't identify the source of it, it is China's here.
It is not your allergies. It is a pug named China.
No, yeah, it is
Well,
a 12-year-old pug.
and I'm very shocked we have not heard Carter cry in this.
That's true. When I was thinking about China wheezing, I was like, I'm surprised Carter's not saying anything.
Yeah, exactly. He knows. He knows he's gonna nap it out. Well, he's actually storing it all up for 5 a.m. Or no, that's too late. Like 3:45 to 5.
Oh,
That window is gonna be like, all right, you're just wide awake. It's like it's crazy. You'll be like, hey, now have a sleep. You look over, and then there's this baby just like wide eyed, and it's like crap. Like, this baby's up for 4 hours.
oh, dude,
So
that's crazy.
I know I need like that Korean baseball pack on ESPN or whatever it was in the
Oh
summer.
yeah.
That was like 2 a.m. I was like,
Oh
I'm just
yeah.
gonna have to get into Korean baseball.
Oh, dude, I remember that. Yeah, that was like our only sports. Like Korean baseball was the first thing to come back, and that was our glimpse at the future.
Yeah, it's either that or like an obscure tennis tournament that's happening in like England or something.
And you know what's on surprisingly a lot that I'm down for, and I love this, the ACL, the American Cornhole League.
Mm, I've only caught it a few times, and I've watched it because we've all been there. The difficulty of having to
Yeah.
sink that shot,
Mhm.
and that's just the pressure of the family in the backyard. And this is the pros doing it.
Yeah, they are professional cornholers. I don't know
What
if
if we?
that's what they identify as.
You think we could get good at it and be on ESPN and just have like audible diversion like outfits? But
Uh,
I think we go hard and stand out. Like we rock some short shorts, like a headband, audible
yeah,
diversion, and
the
these guys
fingerless
come to win.
gloves. Yeah,
Yeah, dude, that would be perfect. And
doing
on
like
our
all these
knuckles, like
stretches and
write
stuff.
something too.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
Dude,
neck tattoos.
that would be almost looking like Post Malone with like fake tattoos. I mean, they'd be fake, but like
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm
just
not that committed to the bit.
no. But how awesome would that be to be? If we got on ESPN, I would tell everybody. I would never stop telling people.
Oh, yeah. It's recorded and it's playing in the background of any party I ever host. Like,
And
just,
then
oh, maybe I didn't even notice. Am I on TV?
and then oh yeah, I guess that is me. I forgot to tell you that I'm a pro athlete on ESPN. Oh yeah, what for? Cornhole. Because you're going to be challenged next opportunity as soon as someone finds it out. You're going to have
Oh,
to run down and knock your family out one by one because they're all going to want to play you.
oh,
Friends, family.
call back to an older audible diversion. Cornhole. Is it more of a sport than esports?
Yes,
Yes. Okay. I agree.
absolutely. Um, for those of you who don't think so, have never been needing a game-winning shot, and you're on your last beanbag, and you got to sink that, and it
Yeah.
slides, and it's almost like the NBA where it can like go around the rim before it goes
Yeah.
in.
When you go for the airmail is the cornhole term.
Honestly, though, there's not. It's one of the top feelings in all sports when you just sink that, though, and it's just a perfect. It's like a swish, but with the cornhole.
Ice in the veins for
And then
cornhole.
it's also a nice touch when people have like the cornhole setups and they're like designed and they're like the nicer ones. I always respect that when they're like, I've got these custom cornhole games because we're in Texas and we like barbecue, so we're always doing stuff like this.
Yeah, and then it's there's a good amount of the year where it's actually pretty pleasant to be outside. There's
We're kind
never
of getting to that point.
yeah, it's never a point where it's like super cold, but there's always a point where it's going to be super hot. So right in between the kind of cold and the scorching hot, there's a nice sweet spot where you want to be outside every day.
Exactly, and that's a perfect game. Something I've also always wanted to get into is horseshoes.
Horseshoes, I'm a horseshoe prodigy. I found out. Um,
Really?
because the first time I played, so horseshoes along with cornhole is, I guess, and it's similar to golf where if you get your form down, you'll like never miss.
Hmm.
So basically, the first time I played with my dad at like this work function or something that or maybe it was, an after work thing or whatever. And so we were playing, and then they thought we hustled because I was like, I've never played before, and I legitimately had not. And I threw it and I rang it on the first one, rang it again, and then I like basically tipped it on the third one because it was just like, oh, so I just do this the same way every time.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought we hustled them, but no, we won fair and square. It was pretty good time.
That's a good way to put it too, because the form, it matters a lot in that.
Mm-hmm.
I always get too cocky, and I'll start hitting like 3 in a row, and then I'll challenge the world, and then I'll miss. It's like batting for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like 300, but then I'll hit a slump.
Yeah, and then you start getting too confident. Maybe you throw one behind the back or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I can do it now. I'm gonna take another step back and stuff like that, and then if you miss, it's a weapon though. So you
Yeah,
can't miss by much. You're gonna take out a dog or something.
those things are surprisingly heavy. Like I understand that they're made out of metal, but when you hold one and you're about to throw it, you're like, this is pretty dense.
Got to keep a strong wrist.
Mm.
Um, I guess this ties into like best barbecue like backyard games.
Yeah.
Do you remember we're too young. They got banned before we were allowed lawn darts.
I've heard of lawn darts. No, I've not had the opportunity.
Same. And I've wanted to my whole life, but my dad is even like, no, it's a good thing they got banned because you just have these huge
Yeah,
just darts that are just
and needles.
yeah, it's like, oh, let's get people that are drinking at a barbecue and just give them huge sharp objects, and what could go wrong?
Yeah, there's no way that this will be used for any other purpose.
You know what I do miss though, which it doesn't get broken out near as much because we're adults now, is like when somebody would have like a slip and slide when you were a kid, and you could be like, yeah, let's just go crush that for 3 hours while they're eating burgers.
Yeah, some of my favorite, like, I don't know if you call them stunt videos, but when they have like grown men and they have like the slip and slide that's like 300 yards long, and then they like
Mm-hmm.
fly into like this pond. Oh,
Oh, it's got
dude,
like the ramp at the end.
we actually there's this place in Waco. I think it's called BSR or something like that, and they have that where I wrote it a few times, and it launches you no less than 20 feet above the water, and then you're just like it freaked me out. Like I just kind of froze in the air, and I just landed in the water, dude. It was wild.
Yeah, it's like you get to that one point where you're like, for a split second, like, oh crap, I am really high. When you're at like your peak, like I
Yeah,
gotta come down.
and you're like, I have no control over my body. Like there's nothing I can do with my body to remedy the situation. I am just in the air, and I have to come down.
I have to just brace my body for the next second and a half because I'm about to hit. Why? That was the trip. One of those I didn't go on, but y'all did, and
Hmm.
y'all came back bruised, and I was like, it's like a water slide. Why are y'all bruised?
Yeah, and I found a free beer. Those are always good. I feel like we
That's a
have
good day.
a good ability to find free beers.
We have gotten multiple
Good
free
skill.
beers.
It's a good skill. Yeah, I've been gifted a beer. I'll consider that a free beer, and
Mhm.
I've found two beers.
We also had food that one time.
Oh
I
yeah,
had the cookie. You had the chicken.
yeah.
That's another story for another day. But yes, we're scavengers, I guess. Um, but yeah, those are some good backyard games. It is cool though on those ramps when you see like a big boy coming down, and then sometimes
Oh,
they'll have it where they land on like those big blob things too, and they'll like launch
oh,
somebody in the air, and that person will just sky. Usually, because they'll be like a little kid or something, and then it'll be like a big dad that comes and just
yeah.
a
The
kid
the
is
first
like 45 foot.
yeah, the first time I went on one, my dad launched me, and I was probably maybe like 8 or 9. So I was still a good size. I've always been big, but my dad obviously as a dad outweighed me. So he launched me in the air, and that was one of the first times I felt scared for my life. Like, dude, I am 30 feet in the air as a kid who's like only a few feet tall, and you're like, oh, it's over. I've lived my
Yeah,
life.
you see the light flash before your eyes, you're done. You just accept it. And you know it's a good one too when you get the kids that are like the arms start moving in midair and they're like
Oh
you
yeah,
can
that
see
was
the
me.
panic as they're going
Yeah.
up. That is the best. And dude, honestly, there's like a certain point you get high enough, it does hurt when you smack that water.
Yeah, once you get to a certain point, no matter how you enter that water, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah, it's like yeah, it doesn't matter what form you have, you're gonna smack that water, it's not gonna feel good.
Mm.
And then there's nothing worse too when you're not prepared for how cold the water is, so you also like lose your breath
Ooh.
and you smack the water and you're like, I gotta get to the surface because I'm having a 47 meters down moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I've trained myself to become the jump in first guy. Like,
You have to.
Yeah, that's been mental training. Like just jumping in the water. Like, hey, you're not going to feel it first? No, I'm not, because I won't get in. I won't get in the water if I feel it first.
No, my dad would always be the same way. He would borderline push me, not in a mean way, but be like,
Right.
"Look, it's so much worse if you try to slowly go in up to
Yeah.
your ankles." And he said, "It's like just jump in, accept it. Sucks for 8 seconds, and then you're used to it. Whether it's hot or warm, doesn't matter." And that approach I still take with me to this day.
All right, and that's a good ending point. All right. So this was our edible diversion. Let us know how you like the Skype format. We're recording this on Skype. I'm going to upload this to YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Audible Diversion. We'll be posting about it on all our socials, on Instagram, Twitter, our website, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. For those of you that like football too, we have a field diversion. You'll see a couple different ones, so just check that too. If not, we're going to be back with these edibles and start back up with audible diversions as well.
Yeah, just be looking forward to that, guys, and we can't wait to get some more content out to you guys. So we'll see you guys next time.
All right. See y'all later.